Welcome to Master the Self, and today we are going to learn about metacognition, which is known as the highest form of intelligence. And why do we call that? Metacognition is a thinking where you become introspective. You start to point the fingers towards yourself rather than towards the world. First, you assess yourself. For example, if you have a goal, you will know what is the goal and then you will make a plan how to get it. You will assess your strengths, your weaknesses, your plan, your strategy, how do you going to go about it, and if you want to make any changes, and you will ask good questions for that. The point of this video is to be able to learn this kind of intelligence, because yes, it can be practiced and learned, and I will give you all the practices, all the things which will help you attain this level of consciousness, because everything is consciousness. A particular kind of thinking is always related to a particular kind of consciousness or a level of consciousness. So how do we get this metacognition intellect? We cultivate through awareness, because awareness will make us introspective. We will be able to catch hold of our patterns which are not serving us. Or for example, if we are falling into the same cycle of relationship again and again, we are changing the job but we are not finding the satisfaction, and if we are, you can say, are addicted to a substance, first of all we need to be aware that we are doing it. So how to cultivate awareness is through witness attitude, or in yoga we call it sakshi bhav or drishta bhav. That means we are able to witness our own thinking, we are able to witness ourselves, our patterns, our strengths, our weaknesses, and I am going to tell you the practices which are going to help you get there. Daily self reflection practice. So this is a very great practice that you can do. If you can do this 30-40 days in a row, you will transform, I am telling you. So when I'll tell you how we do it. When you are on the bed at night, just before sleeping, you sit down with yourself and you reflect on your day, starting from the moment you woke up. From the moment you woke up till the time you are on the bed, in a chronological order. So what we are going to do here is, we are going to reflect what we have done. For example, I woke up in the morning, I was feeling fresh, I paid gratitude, and then I got up, I got fresh, I meditated, I went out, I looked at the sun, I heard the birds chirping, then I got ready for my work, I went out. However you went out, you can reflect on that. The main thing on this reflection practice, that you are reflecting or witnessing your day without any judgment. You don't need to judge yourself. You are looking at yourself as a third person. You are witnessing. You are adding a new layer between you and what is happening to you. Once you do that, first of all, your judgment drops for yourself. For example, if you made a mistake, you lashed out on someone in anger, or you just forgot to say thanks to a compliment, you don't judge yourself by saying, oh, I forgot, or I lashed out in anger. You just see that you are doing it. Or for example, you said that you are not going to smoke and you had a smoke. Do not judge yourself again. You just see, okay, I smoked, which is not good for me. Is it good for me? You ask yourself without any judgment. And once this judgment drops, your consciousness raises. Once you will stop judging yourself, only then people will stop judging you as well. You will see that manifesting in your life, and the judgment for others will also drop. Remember, when you reach this level of acceptance or even neutrality, you stop judging, and from acceptance you accept yourself as you are. You are trying to change yourself, yes, but you are not attached to the outcome. So when you are reflecting, do not judge yourself. That's the main thing, and do it in a chronological order. Another thing which will improve is your memory, and you will see sometimes, if you see that, oh, I don't even forget, I don't even remember what I had for breakfast, that means you were not present in that moment. Maybe you were getting late for your work and you were rushing and you just ate quickly, like in 5 minutes, and you just went off. It also shows that you need to be more present in your life. So once you will done this practice, you will be present with yourself, reflecting on the day. And while reflecting, you can add one more practice if you like. You write down in your journal 10 positive points from your day. This will completely change your worldview. It has changed mine. When I started to do this practice in 2019, my yoga teacher gave me this practice, and I only had to do it for a month. After that, my worldview changed because my brain, my mind was focusing on the positive. That's why I was able to see more positive in my life. And it will really help you if you are struggling with negative thoughts, because your worldview is negative. Maybe you are watching a lot of news. Maybe you are watching a lot of news, maybe not on TV, could be on Instagram, YouTube. So you need to get out of this negative worldview through this practice. Once you will do that, it could take some people 30 days, 40 days, but it will become very easy after like 1 or 2 weeks to just reflect on your day. So this will improve your witness attitude, because you are learning to witness yourself as a third person. You are not judging yourself. If you do something good, okay, you are neutral. If you did something bad, okay, you are neutral. You are willing to accept yourself as you are. And one more practice that I am going to give you is Advait. Advait means non-dual. It's a philosophy. So Advait, self-inquiry. If you get some overwhelming thoughts which drains your energy, for example, sometimes what we do is to play out scenarios in our mind which sucks a lot of positive energy out of ourselves. Like for example, you become the judge, you become the advocate or the executioner, and you start to play out all the scenarios where you are right, the other party is wrong. Even while playing those scenarios, you are not able to win, even in your head, and it takes out a lot of positive energy out of yourself. So you need to get out of this worldview. This is the best thing that I am going to give you, is self-inquiry, Advait, self-inquiry, non-dual. You can ask questions when you are feeling overwhelmed with these kind of emotions, thoughts, especially when you are playing this movie in your head. Ask to whom, you ask to yourself, you turn within and ask and say, to whom does this thought comes? To whom does this thought arise? To whom does this comes? Who am I? The next question. Who am I? We are not looking for an answer here. Remember, we are just saying, who am I? And once you will do that, you will see the magic of this question. Your mind will become silent. or at least the thought loop that you were in, it will end. So Advait philosophy says that you are not the mind and you are not the body. You cannot say this when you are in a conversation with someone or somebody is trying to attack you. You cannot just say, oh, I am not the body, I am not the mind, let me do whatever they want. No, we have to be more smarter than this. This is internal. This is not with the world. This is internal. If an overwhelming thought comes, to whom does this thought comes? To whom does this feeling arise? Who am I? And we are not waiting for an answer. We are not even waiting. We are just asking and just observe the silence which comes after that. It will come and it will save a lot of precious energy of you. And you will have this metacognition because you are rewiring your neurons, your brain, to have a new layer of consciousness in between, to be able to pause, to be able to reflect. So reflection is the main quality of metacognition intelligence, which is the highest form of intelligence. Rather than being outwardly focused, we become inwardly focused. We become response based. We don't react, we respond. Apart from being introspective, it makes you response based. You don't lash out, you don't react, you respond to life, you don't react to life. Reaction is one step back. Response, we are adding a layer of thinking, of pondering in your consciousness. Because of that, you become open towards learning. For example, if somebody tries to tell you something which you do not like, and rather than reacting, you stop, you ponder, you introspect, you ask yourself good questions. What is this person trying to get out of me? What are the benefit that they are getting? Why are they trying to trigger? Or why am I getting triggered? What's in me which is triggering me right now? So that will make you response based person. So a lot of people would not be able to take advantage of you, because you have added a different kind of layer in your response. Rather than reacting, you are responding. That's why you become open towards learning. These people are not rigid. They are open for correction, you can say. If I have a particular thought or a belief, if someone can come and challenge that belief with a good point, at least I would stop and listen to that point and then ponder upon it. If they have some logic, some reason, I can change my thinking. So that makes you open towards learning and towards growth. So I'll take an example of unlocking new levels of consciousness from the map of consciousness, because when you will start this kind of thinking, metacognition, you will need courage. Courage will come because you are not like the 80% of people of the world who are reacting to everything. Anyone can come and poke them and they just lashes out and burst out, or they don't have personal accountability. They are always pointing fingers towards some other people. They are living in a lower level of consciousness where they are blaming other people, other institution, other government, or some person, or their wife, or their husband, or their boss. So it takes courage to start. So if you are willing to start, that means you are into the consciousness of courage. And once you tap into this consciousness, the view of your life changes. It becomes feasible You come out of victim mindset, and the process that is required is empowerment, because it is empowering you. It is giving you a new layer of thinking, like a cushion to stop and reflect. And after courage, you grow towards neutrality. Neutrality doesn't come easy, because you need to stand right in the center. You need to find your own balance, and it's very hard for people who are new to this consciousness to not to take sides, or at least to hear from both the sides, and to look towards your strength and weaknesses, if we are talking about ourselves only. So neutrality will bring you satisfaction view or satisfactory view of life. And the process is releasing. So you need to unlearn, you need to let go of a lot of old patterns, old kind of thinking, where you are quite rigid about some belief about a person, about maybe the opposite gender, it could be anything. So when you release a lot of things which are not serving you, then you reach neutrality. And after that, willingness comes. Willingness is something, is the will to do something, is the will to do the hard things, the boring things, the mundane things. Because if you look at people around you, they are living a mediocre life. They are doing a job which they don't like. They are in a relationship which they despise. They cannot get out of it. And even if they know what their goal is, they are not able to work on it, because they are getting drained through a lot of outside information that we are getting. For example, through Instagram, through just scrolling, doom scrolling, and could be some toxic patterns or relationship. So you get the willingness to do the hard things. You like to do the hard things. It's not like that suddenly I feel like doing things and I'll be able to do it. No. Willingness is like a consequence of the work that you have done on the previous level of consciousness. It just comes when you know what is your goal, when you stop your energy leaks, when you're not getting drained, and when you love what you are doing, willingness comes automatically, and you become more hopeful. Your view of life becomes more hopeful. You are more positive, and the process is intention. So your intention needs to be positive. Your intention should be big. Your intention should be loving. So intention is the process which will get you to willingness. You need to intend something. You need to intend to have a goal in your life. After that comes acceptance. Acceptance brings harmony in life, because the view of life changes to harmonious, because you accept what is, you accept the present moment as it is manifesting. Yes, you work on that. If you don't like something, you accept it. Yes, it is what it is, and this is the process that I'm going to use so that I can work on it and try to get it better. But you are detached with the outcome of it. When you are detached with the outcome and you give the best that you have, then acceptance comes very easily to you. And the process is transcendence. So transcendence means that you are rising above the opposites, because the opposites no longer affect you, because you are introspective. You have this thinking pattern installed in you. Think of it as a software. And above acceptance, you reach reason. Reason, the view of life, is meaningful. Your life is meaningful because you have a reason to do something, and you have intellect to use this metacognition. You have reached the highest level of metacognition to reason. And the process is abstraction. It means you are not distracted. You are into something, going so deeply into a project or into a goal, into a process, that you are not aware of anything else around you. So that's where it's like kind of a flow state. You enter into a flow state. So this is where you will achieve reason through the process of abstraction. So abstraction will help you when you are focused on something. You have willingness to do the hard things, you accept what is in front of you, and then you work towards it without a particular outcome in mind. Maybe you have a particular outcome, but even if you don't achieve that outcome, you are fine. But you are so much ingrained into that process that abstractions come through. It is abstraction when you are totally into something. And I'm going to tell you or give you tools to work and to cultivate metacognition intelligence in your life, because everything can be learned. And another thing, which is daily meditation practice. You could say, oh Neeraj, that I don't know how to meditate. My thoughts cannot stop, my mind cannot be still. And guess what? You're not alone. You think that you are alone. It happens to everyone. I am meditating since 2017 or 2016. I am meditating since 2016 every day, at least twice a day, no misses. But the thing is, when you do it daily, even if you do it daily, even if you do it for more than a decade, thoughts will arise. Okay, let's do a short, simple meditation. If you are not doing anything where your attention needs to be outside, if you are relaxed, if you are in a relaxed position, environment, you can try this right now. And you just sit with yourself, close your eyes, keep your hands relaxed, keep your spine straight. You can use a backrest. You can, if you are sitting on a chair, you can relax your arms and start to take your attention within. How do we do that? First of all, by being still, being comfortable and still. Close your eyes. The eyes takes our 80% of attention outside. So when you close it, you are already turning within 80%. If you feel overwhelmed by closing your eyes, you can keep your eyes open. It's okay. You are just learning. Be gentle with yourself. Do not judge yourself. Remember. And just start to listen to the surroundings. We are just listening. Become a child, become an infant. Think how would an infant listens. The voice comes and hit the eardrums, it plays with it. The child or the infant does not know the sound, whether it is good or bad, so it doesn't judge us. It doesn't know, but it listens. So just listen to your environment. You could be under a fan or an air conditioner or something else. Just listen. Keep your facial muscles relaxed. We don't need to be tensed. Remember to be gentle. Shoulders relaxed. Spine loosely erect. We are keeping the spine erect so that we can be aware. We don't sleep. We are raising our awareness. slowly you are becoming aware of your surroundings by just listening. So just listen. Some of you would be able to hear your breath. This is beautiful. Just hear your breath. Observe your breath. Do not try to change your breath. Just observe the way it is coming in through the nostrils, the way it is going out through the nostrils. Just observe, witness your breath. If your mind starts to wander in thoughts, it is completely okay. Remember not to judge yourself. Just become aware, yes, my mind is wandering off in thoughts, and now I am bringing it back, my attention. I am bringing my attention back to myself by keeping the eyes closed, by just listening to my surroundings, and by observing my breath. Observe this peace, this silence within you. Congratulations, you are in a meditative state. And this is what meditation is. Doing nothing. Become aware of what is arising. Accepting what is. You had the courage to close your eyes. Then you become neutral towards your thoughts. Then you had the willingness to coming back to yourself when you are getting engaged in your thoughts. Then you accept what is. And then you will reach reason. You are doing something meaningful. Abstraction. You're not becoming distracted. You're turning towards yourself, coming back towards yourself. So meditation is the best remedy, or meditation is the best technique to inculcate, integrate metacognition intelligence. So if you want to learn meditation, I am a meditation teacher. You can contact me on Instagram. You can DM me or just comment meditation, and I will get in touch with you. And thank you so much for being with me till the end. And I invite you to walk with me on this path of self mastery. And till next time, master the self.